today. From Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts versus Cam Newton and the Minnesota Vikings.
Well, the weather outside couldn't be better. They've opened the roof and the retractable windows on the sides, and it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Indianapolis Colts. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we take a look at the Colts entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 5th season now, the former number 2 overall pick, Carson Wentz.
Not only does he look the part, he plays it as well. Tall, prototypical-looking pocket passer with better athletic ability than what people think. Gets outside of the pocket and makes big plays downfield.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Number 22, Christian.
In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
Right. What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
McCaffrey on the carry. Montez Sweat.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
A gain of 4, not enough, and it looks like punt time on their opening drive as it's 4th down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. This is Leonard Fournette. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Pretty much unreal. Not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down inbounds. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku, and now it's 3rd down. So they've been unable to capitalize on the great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make...
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Christian McCaffrey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown, so now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. An excellent run of 22 yards on the keeper and also a first down. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. The previous play, big on the ground. That one big through the air. Things have jumped up quickly.
Certainly appears that whatever their thought process is on the defensive side of the ball, they're one play behind. You know, loaded up for the pass, they hit them with the run. Load up for the run, they hit them with the pass. They've got to get in sync.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing. 3 there, 2nd down. Behind the chain, 2nd and 13. Here's a give to Fournette. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down.
Charvarius Ward on the tackle. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Leonard Fournette, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Brings up 3rd down. And
now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working from the gun, Wentz. He's got his man, Boyd. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. These two teams all tied after 1.
The score tied 7-7.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
McCaffrey, the ball carrier.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop. 2nd down at 6 now from the 42. Throwing is Wentz. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph.
8 yards.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
And now out comes Minnesota. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards. On 1st and 10, Newton. Well, big play like that looks familiar, doesn't it? Like we saw it a week ago. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Touchdown.
DeAndre Hopkins. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
Well, if the plan is to come in here and go toe-to-toe with these guys, it certainly does not hurt if you hit them with a big shot along the way, too.
That's got to give them some confidence. And the other thing right now, it quiets this crowd, at least for the time being.
Yeah, that is what is called the intended consequence of their actions.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now Wentz again. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Colts send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Hardman on the return.
Putting a block in the back. Return team.
Hey, you don't need no more penalties right here.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 30. 10.
They should have put a stamp on me in the
Vikings.
Complete to Julio Jones.
Julio Jones. 89 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 20.
Indy set to go on offense once more. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Wentz now on first down. Forced out to his left. And out of bounds right around the 20. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
That's to McCaffrey, complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half.
A 35-yard attempt.
And Lutz's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
Vikings 21.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. So we have reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Colts 10.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On second down, here's Fournette. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards there, first down. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Stephon Tuitt able to shake free and get home for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Another try after the first down sack. Newton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, and it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
So one first down on that drive, and that's it. Forced to take the deep shot on third down and couldn't hit it. Now they have to punt this one away.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, here's Newton. That's caught at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
37 yards.
Now a first down throw for Newton. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Trying to disrupt Julio Jones there, the intended target. A little too close, got the flag thrown.
I'm not sure anyone can cover Julio Jones one-on-one for very long without getting their share of pass interference calls. His size, his speed, his physicality makes it almost impossible to do.
To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins, the Pro Bowler, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal. They fake the give. Newton to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on third and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
And now third and goal following incompletions on first and second down. To the air again, Newton. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for Deshaun Jackson. Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on fourth and goal. They snap it to Newton. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Rob Gronkowski, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Mason Crosby set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback.
25-yard.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
It's a pickup of 6.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A loss of 2.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 12, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Airing one out for Boyd. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big conversion on 3rd for the Colts. 44 yards.
14-yard line.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Into the red zone, Wentz. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Jet sweep, Boyd with it. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
It's now 3rd down.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the ground, McCaffrey. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Christian McCaffrey, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. He's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
Here's Mecole Hardman. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Take over 1st and 10. At their own 26.
DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 38. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Devin White leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Wentz. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Colts on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
No gain on the play.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
At the Vikings 7-yard line.
To throw, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this belongs to the Vikings.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect
No
him.
one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time, and now it's 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Second and 10 now from the 27. To throw again, Newton. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. 3rd down here. The Vikings on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the 1st.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone who has the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, that'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. And this is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target. And it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Past the 20. And he's finally out of bounds, but he's taken it all the way down to the 8. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. After the run, Newton going to throw. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants him to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Crosby with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. 25-yard. The Colts set to take over here offensively. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Eluding. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Following the fumble recovery, Newton looking downfield for Jones. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the fourth quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz, you got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On the coverage.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully. That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. And it is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. They'll give Fournette another crack. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They slot Gronkowski outright. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game.
Brings up 4th down and goal.
They'll come out in the pistol. I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. Being chased out left. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Touchdown.
Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. 5 plays there on that drive. And the final piece to the puzzle was the Cam Newton touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Agnew on the return. The Colts take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Carr. And that will write a finish to this ball game.
Today's final score.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.